fits in with the rhythm of the scene.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, in a romantic scene, you will use slow violins or a saxophone. Okay, but in a high speed car chase, there is a bomb explosion at the end. You're not going to use that. You're going to use very tense violins or something else to make it that high octane, high energy. You can also use trance music during a high octane scene, but you won't use a saxophone in a high speed car chase with gunfire. You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting it, but it's an altogether a different world.
Yeah. It is. But the thing is, it is not very different from writing a song also, because when you are arranged, okay, so when writing a song, you don't. It's a different way, but then when you are going to arrange the song, okay, as a finished final product, then that's when you decide on what imagery you want to. This is my process. My process is this way. So I always have a mental movie for even a song I'm writing. So I know the mental. Yeah, I have a mental movie which I know at every given point in the song. So even in my album, basically there are 11 tracks, and each track there's a mental movie. Okay, so I am making a movie using sounds. So say at the end of that, there's a song on that album called An Ode to L. It starts off with footsteps and a typewriter, and it ends with something.
Wow.
Okay? Yeah, but it is like a movie. Imagine you're watching a movie and suddenly your projector fails. So for the next 7 minutes, you're just listening to the sound effects and the music.
Perfect. It paints in a way.
Yes. So imagine the projector fails or your computer screen suddenly, fails. But the speakers, everything else is working. The RAM, CPU, everything is working. Only the projector or the monitor or the display fails. Okay, and now you're listening to the song. So even it's the same way. Like so while composing for a film, the composer should be ready to watch the same visual repeatedly, without the sound, then with the sound, then with the dialogues only, then without the dialogues. You watch it in different ways, okay? And then you select. Do you know, like when a painter paints on canvas, when they have an idea in mind, they have a sort of a color palette, right? Yeah, I mean, forget for painter, man. I mean, think about brand design. You work in marketing, right?
Yeah, I do work in that.
Yeah, so if you have dealt with advertising guys, especially the art directors from the advertising side, they will always have they will have a color palette for your brand.
That's correct.
So the Vodafone color palette is very different from the Kotak color palette. Both are red. Okay, there is red in both. But the color palette of Kotak is very different from the color palette of Vodafone. And give me a third brand which has red in it.
Let's say Pizza Hut or a Coke or...
Coke. So the Coke red and the Vodafone red and the Kotak red are slightly different Pantone shades. They are very different Pantone shades according to an art director. I am a writer, so I don't give a damn about little bit. I mean, everything looks red to me at the end of the day. Okay, but the art director will say, no, it is magenta. So when they are building the color palette for the brand, they have a certain set of colors they will use only in the brand communication. In the same way, the music director has to select what sound, has to select things for the sound palette.
So it's a lot of feel, I guess. You really feel the music, and what kind of emotion it brings into the person. And,
into the visual, actually. The visual is
right.
Yeah, the visual has to lead you,
Oh, yeah, right. Into the visual, because he connects to the visual, and then the visual and the music together give the, like a double barrel, boof, boof.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a challenge, because you need these sort of trained eye, and of course somebody who connects to the visual also, and to the music. Uh, how is it like? Sheldon, you've been sending messages, good messages, saying that you're doing chess and then music. So are you guys like a team, or how is it like the setup?
Okay. So, Shunya, let me first tell you about Shunya Shala. I mean, I think we did not really communicate that. People were confused as to what it was. So, Shunya Shala is basically an academy.
Okay.
It is a cross between, you can say it is when Mahesh tutorials and your Chate classes meet TED Talks.
No, wait. Mahesh and Chate, they are training centers.
Okay. Think of Mahesh tutorials and Chate classes where they have classrooms and they have lectures.
Okay.
So it is that, when that meets TED Talks.
I'm finding it hard to connect the dots, like when that meets TED Talks. So what happens then?
So we have regular classes for certain things. Like, so right now we keep putting that in the pipeline. So the first thing we started with was chess classes. So we have regular chess classes. Right now it is on weekends. Okay? And we have also opened up music classes 1 month in advance because people were asking me a lot about music. Okay, and but then they started registering mainly for June and July because they are still out on vacation. Okay, so I have started with music classes as well. I mean, I'm open to teach, and the music classes can be during the week as well.
Okay.
It can be during the week as well because weekends might be tough for music classes. So right now I'm open for music classes during the week. And it will also depend on my schedule and as well as the students' schedule.
When you say your schedule, you're doing those dramas still? Is that what gives you
I also do that.
Okay.
So sometimes I might have to go for an audition, or I might have to go for a rehearsal or something. Which was there, like when the Disney Aladdin shows were happening, it was really tiring for me. And luckily, like I was the second Sultan, so there was already Devane Kote who was doing the Sultan, and he wanted a break because it was getting very tiring for him because he had to do 2 shows back to back sometimes. So which is why I was called in, and I was working very well with them. So
fantastic.
It just happened, and it was amazing because Devane and I both were happy to have that break. There were a few other people who were doing every show.
Oh, okay.
So it was really, really tiring for those people, One of those people was my brother. So my brother literally was doing every show. He was doing the afternoon show as well as the evening show.
That's tiring, man. Seriously, dramas are tiring.
Which is in the beginning you say like a lot of maza and all that, which is true. We are having fun. And in fact, just right now before you called, I was listening to the soundtrack of Disney Aladdin on Amazon Music.
But tell me, Sheldon, are you offering yourself as a service provider for somebody who can score music and then do mixing?
Okay. So sorry, I completely digress. So Shunya is an academy, and we also provide an educational platform for other people to come and showcase their talents. Okay. So so these people can come and have a one-off workshop, or if they want, they can have a workshop with us. Okay. And then if there are, depending on the demand for more classes, then they can start classes with us, and we will provide the space.
Okay, space in the sense you guys have like a setup of.
Yes, we have 2 centers at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, one in Vashi and the other one is in CBD Belapur.
Okay.
So what I do with Shunya Shala is different, and then I have something else. I released that album under the moniker Circumfrenzy.
Okay.
CIRCUMFRENZY. So Circumfrenzy has been registered as a proprietorship under my name.
Okay.
So basically, I decided that whatever work I would do as a musician, I would do it under that name.
Okay.
And I will get because I really have a lot of musicians. I meet a lot of musicians, and terrific talent. I can't even express how amazing that talent is. Okay.
Oh wow.
I really can't express because some of them have no training whatsoever. Okay, but they just built it by themselves. Some of them have gone for serious training from reputed teachers. And basically, the amount of talent I've come across is so amazing. But what I also see is that a lot of this talent, though they can create, okay, being a music director is a very different. You need a very different sort of mind, I think, to be a music director.
Okay.
Because you are keeping track of so many sounds and so many things that are happening, and the music director is the one who probably has the most amount of stress in the music side, in the music department. I mean, in the music department, I'm pretty sure the violinist does not have as much stress as the music director. So your A.R. Rahman and your Hans Zimmer take a lot of the stress because they are directing the whole orchestra.
Correct.
They are composing the music, they are arranging it, and if it fails, it is their head.
Correct.
Yeah. So to be a music director, you cannot be indecisive in certain places. Plus, you need to be able to see what works and what does not work. So, I mean, and sometimes you need to be able to put your foot down when, say, it's one of your musicians is a famous musician, and say he or she is creating something that just does not work. So you need to be brave enough to tell that person it does not work. Can you do it this way? But see, I'm a nobody, okay? In the music world, I'm a nobody. The few people who know I'm a musician and I'm a composer, they are completely, they're like, oh, Sheldon, you're awesome. But the notable people like A.R. Rahman and Hans Zimmer and Mighty Bublé and all, they do not know me. Okay? But if say I am a music director, okay, and say, just say, okay, Asha Bhosle walks into my studio and the director says, okay, Mr. Music Director, she's going to be the singer for that song. Now the thing is, you need to be able to tell someone that senior that it is not working. You know?
Wow, now I get the context. Like, even it's, you just need to tell her that, you know what, this is the vision and you don't fit in. That's it. Simple. Right?
Yes. But the thing is, you know what? See, you are getting me now because in the film directing world also, okay, you have not faced such stressful. Even when you face notable people, people who are, I mean, there's a lot of ego at stake, na? I mean, like, there's a lot of power play. And then, especially when it comes to dealing with artists, it's the most difficult thing because artists all have brittle egos. The whole reason they are artists in the first place is because they have been broken in their past. And that is why they are artists today. Okay, the people who are less broken. Okay, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm
I think that's probably one of the reasons. Right? It's a very deep psychological, I would say, an answer for someone to be so adamant to become an artist. Yeah, I want to show that I'm not, the regular one. So आता है वो अंदर.
I'm sorry to bring this up, but last time the web series it failed, right?
Yeah.
Because you were dealing with a lot of people who are artists, and all of them have become artists because they have something broken in their past. Okay, and I have dealt with Suman, okay, in the other theatre group, and it's quite difficult to deal with. But the thing is, I understood him, why he was behaving that way. It's something in his past probably was disturbing him, and it's coming out in that sort of way. He is literally a small town guy who's come to Mumbai to make it big and dream big. Okay, so I mean, there's something there. Then even the other DOP, I forget his name.
Sam. Ricky.
Even him. Okay, he's an artist, and his shots are pretty great, yeah. But when dealing with him also, like, I understood. Like it is very like especially. I mean, Prabhu, you are going if you're going to get into the film world, na, believe it or not, the amount of half your energy will be babysitting other people's egos, so that you don't make some sort of imbalance and they get offended. It's a harrowing. Really, man. I mean, the film industry and the theater industry, the glam industry, the world of actors and models, okay, is a very you at some point you are walking on eggshells, man.
Yeah, I mean, see, for me, they would see, for them it's sometimes just not about the money. It's about giving that little space that they want, and sometimes you just can't give it, and then you're like, kya karu? He's got it, but you're not fitting in. There's a lot of drama which goes in. Okay, I'm saying
So the other thing you also were dealing. There was something not in your control, okay, which was the weather. Okay, dude. I mean, I think it's a really bad idea to shoot to be outdoors in the months of March, April, May in Mumbai. In Mumbai, being outdoors in the months of March, April, May means you are asking for a heat stroke.
Right.
Yeah, in the last, I think since 2015, every summer I get a heat stroke.
It's becoming worse, yeah.
It's getting worse. And this summer I could afford to buy something, and the most important thing I bought was an AquaGuard and washing machine.
Okay.
Hopefully by next summer I'll be able to afford an AC. Okay.
You should. Okay.
Yeah, because air conditioning really, really important now in Mumbai. I mean, if you want to stay healthy, man, I mean, we are talking about health here.
Seriously, like basic.
You have met me with a beard, right?
Yeah, I met you with a beard, and
every summer I have to shave off my beard and almost go bald because I start breaking out in heat boils.
Freak, it affects you that much.
Yes, it does. And you won't believe, like, for the last, I think since April, I've not been eating properly because I've been drinking a lot of fluids, but not been eating properly. So now I told my doctor, look, I can't eat. I look at non-veg and I feel like puking.
My goodness.
The most I eat fish, I think, and I eat a lot of fruits. So I told him I'm going to survive on fruits. Because actually something juicy. Anyway, you are... If you're jumping both.
No, I think I think it's good to catch up a little on personal life. But here is what I'm looking at. Okay, so see, I've taken a lot of effort. I've spent a lot of money, and now we're shaping up in a decent form where we have a producer who is ready to plug in the money, and he's looking at a final product. Okay, so I've understood that film it lies a lot in the pre-production. Then, of course, there is a production part, and there is a lot of effort that goes on the post, because you want the right colors, you want the edit, and you want the kind of, the right shape of, the eye which goes to make it look as if it's a depth, not just a flat footage. Abhi kya ho raha hai? Having said all this, okay, the pre-production work, we've spent some good money on buying some software, which is like around $600. Then production we are dealing with good actresses, because we feel actresses and acting and actors, they make a lot of difference. So wo bhi theek hai. Now on the post, we have failed, okay? And the reason why we have failed is not because of the visuals, because of not able to marry the audio to the visual. Okay. So here, when I'm talking to someone, he's going to be looking at the team. Ki aapka team kya hai? Because it's like a startup. When he's going to spend the money, he wants to know the team, right? So मैं चाहता हूँ कि I pair up with the guys who have the same drive in terms of whatever function they do. So when you kept sending this message, I was very glad that you're getting into music as a function, and also a few things like chess, which I'm not even interested. So Abhi, I have two questions for you, okay? One is, do you offer service as a as a musician and a mixing for film? That is my first question.
Okay.
And
No. When it comes to film, I do all kinds of music.
all kind of music. Okay.
All kinds of music. I know how to do it. Okay. As in, the final product can be achieved. Okay. All I need is a good studio, and of course, I'm not a sound engineer.
Okay.
So I will need a studio, and I will need a sound engineer who can use that software, which is Logic Pro or something.
So are you saying you compose music? You're a producer. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I'm a composer, and then a composer, a performer, and a arranger.
So when you say
I will compose the tune. So your music, I can compose songs in your film or your web series or whatever. I can do the background scoring, which means if it's a romantic scene or if it's a murder scene or it's a thrilling scene or a horror scene, whatever. I can do the scoring as well. I can get as much as possible. I will try to use synthesizers. But sometimes you just need a real instrument, in which case I can also source the correct performance, the required performance to do the performance, and the mixing and all that. So I will arrange it, and after it arrange, the mixing of the tracks will be done by the sound engineer.
Okay. Sheldon, your voice is getting a little echo. Are you somewhere far away? I don't know.
No, I'm just walking up and down the house.
So, Abhi, Sheldon, so I get it. Okay, so you're more qualified in terms of creating content. For me, is a huge step. So you compose songs, I guess, also, and then you also produce music, and then you do the arrangement, because I think when you produce, you need to do the arrangement. Okay. And of course, you sing also, right? That's what you say when you perform.
Yeah, I can sing, and I can also give voiceovers.
Yeah. So, Abhi, but you need to pair up with somebody who is a mixer, right? Who would be looking
who's an engineer? Yeah, a sound engineer.
Yeah. Okay, you call that a sound engineer.
Yeah.
And he would be using a synthesizer as such and doing things like that, right?
Yeah. I know a couple of people. Some more experienced than others, and of course the more experienced people are more expensive. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know them, and they all have pretty decent talent. I mean, at some point or the other, I will definitely be working with them.
So अभी मेरा requirement क्या है ना? See, I'll say it very transparently. हमारा level 1 and level 2 का requirement है. Level 1 में we don't want somebody who's composing music for us, but somebody who's smart enough to probably pick the music and then use synthesizers and then arrange them through these tools like the mixing tools and give it ready, wherein it fits in the visuals.
So when you say pick music, what do you mean by pick the music?
So let's say we buy it from stock, or we take music whichever is good enough for us to get it quick.
Okay, that gets very okay. See, the stock music now. I've heard stock music, and there are pros and cons to using stock music.
Okay.
For example, if the stock music has got a certain tune, see the person creating the stock music was not creating it for changing scenes.
Correct.
Okay, they were creating it for a constant mood throughout the audiovisual.
Okay.
So, for example, if Anchor, okay, the company you're working for, Anchor creates an AD for its AGM. Okay, so they have a 5-minute AV, okay, regarding all the ups and downs in Anchor's life in the last 1 year, 2018 to 2019. It's a constant mood. People are seeing facts. So the mood does not change. It does not start as romantic and end with a horror, with a horrific twist. Okay, so it is a constant mood, and so the music created can be the music used for that AV can be stock music, because stock music is keeping the mood constant. Okay, but when you're creating film, okay, especially fiction, okay, in documentaries you can use stock music.
Okay,
it is possible because okay, watch any show on Discovery Science or on History Channel. Okay, they are providing facts. So there is no, I mean, sometimes the music is a little dramatic here and there, but it need not be dramatic, because as soon as the you cut from the surface of the moon picture, it goes back to Stephen Hawking's face in the studio where he's talking to a student, where he's talking to the reporter, the science reporter from Discovery Science. And then it cuts to Morgan Freeman again. Okay, so in that case, you can use stock music for documentaries. But when it comes to fiction, oh no, it will get very patchy, because human emotion is very up and down. The switch in the story happens because of the human emotion, the volatile human emotions, which stock musicians do not create that. And if you do create that, it won't match the pace of your film.
Oh, right. Then pace of the film, correct.
Yeah, then it won't match the pace of the film. And then the actor, then if you play the music and ask the actors to act to the music, that becomes theater. It becomes musical theater. So it is very different. So that works on stage, because on stage you practice so many times when you before you go on stage. There are no retakes. Okay, but in film, the beauty about film is that you can have retakes, which means the director can be in complete control from start to finish. So if a certain scene does not work, okay, he can use one of the alternate scenes that works. One of the alternate takes to work in the scene.
Perfect. No, I get it.
But if you're using stock music, then it doesn't match the rhythm of the actors, the rhythm of the visual.
No, I
which
got
is
it.
why it's better to compose for.
Beautiful. I think you said it right. The fabric was going to be completely not fitting in, right? That's what you're saying. The fabric
yes,
is.
It is like creating a collage, you know. You take pieces and you place a collage. The beauty of a collage is that it should look like a mosaic. It should look like a thing. So there should be little white between each colored piece.
Right.
That is the beauty of the collage. Okay.
Wow.
But the thing is, when you're creating film, the audience does not want to see that little white patchy work. Because there needs to be a symbiosis with the visual and the audio. The audio visual have to symbiotically come together to give you that emotion.
No, it's beautifully put here. It's so organic that I think anything less than that would look patchy, I guess. Anna. Okay.
Yeah, it'll look patchy.
So then how do we go about it? See, for me, there are like different levels of filming budgets, okay? So, of course, I need a sound engineer, or you can call it a mixer, who needs to plug in the right, because he needs to even select the right ones. There are people who don't even know how to select, because selecting itself is a faculty of understanding music. You agree on that, right? तो इतना ज़्यादा है, like if you look into Premium Beat and all, like $60 में they have some really good ones, okay? So, at the level 1, at the budget, what they are offering, I need somebody who's sensible and sensitive enough to understand.
And then, can I call you back in like 15 minutes? My mom is calling on the other line.
Yeah, sure. But I just want to, tell a little about this commercial so that, we can catch up quickly on it.
I'll call you back in 15 minutes.
Okay, done. Okay, done. Okay.